This is Kamera. Points in the Bible, day number 58, Deuteronomy chapter 1 and chapter 2. Points, guys. One of the points, there's a couple points I like to discuss. If you have any you like to share, please place them in the comments area. Number one, how when we fear and we doubt God, we don't trust God, it can cause us to miss out. God doesn't like when we don't trust him. And we allow fear. Fear actually helps us not to trust God. that kind of works together, because if we trust God, you know what? I take that back. You can fear and still move forward. That trust, that you're moving forward because you're trusting, but it's still fearful. But we have to be careful that fear doesn't allow us to doubt God and keep us back. Yeah, children of Israel, Moses is actually giving a recap. Currently, they're at Kadesh Barnea, where they were 38 years before, and come to find out, it was only an 11-day journey. So Moses gives a recap of what happened. First of all, God tells them at this point, go and take the land. And he recaps and tells them how 38 years ago, when they were at this very point, God told them to go and possess the land, but children of Israel wanted to send out spies. So Moses, he thought it was a good idea. He sent out the spies to spy the land, bring back a report. He tells them how when they brought the report, they brought back some doubt. They were very fearful of the inhabitants, and it provoked a lot of fear and doubt. The people didn't trust God, and they rebelled against God, the community of Israel. And he points out that God was very angry with them, and he told them that not one of them will be entering into the promised land. Their children will, but they will not. Those who are 20 years and older will not enter, except Caleb had a different heart. He pointed out that Caleb had a different heart, and he will be getting his inheritance. And we know that Joshua and Caleb makes the promised land. They're the only ones who's this age. Everybody else around their age is gone. And so God, this is a point here. First of all, everybody's dead at this point who were 20 years and older. Only Joshua and Caleb at this age are present. Also, Moses is here, but we know that Moses is not going to be entering to the promised land. God told him he wasn't because of his rebellion. We see that because of Caleb's faithfulness, he is going to get his inheritance. Everybody else is dead around his age. Him and Joshua, the only one, Joshua's going to be one of the ones that is going to be leading the children into the promised land. We see that, again, fear and that rebellion, they rebelled against God. They did not trust God. And they did not make it to the promised land, guys. We need to learn from that. We need to learn that God is not going to make us trust him. He's just not going to. So we need to focus on who's really in control and what he says. And Lord, give us the boldness to do what you want us to do. Give us a clear understanding of what you want to do and the boldness to do it. And help us, Lord, to stand firm in our faith in you. Another point is the children of Israel, when they were coming to this point here, there were a few areas that God said, do not provoke war in those nations. Those nations, you're not going to get their land. You will not even get 1 foot of it. I gave those lands to the descendants of Lot. I gave those lands to the descendants of Esau. Isn't that something? So that lets us know that God gave lands to other nations as well, not just the children of Israel. Children of Israel are going to get the lands that God promised them, but he gave lands to other nations as well. That reminds us that God is God of every nation, everybody. Whether you believe it or not, God is God of this entire world. And we know that the story follows the children of Israel. But that goes to show you that God, there are times you'll see where God will point out that He is God of everybody. But this is the thing, though. God says through Abraham, all nations will be blessed. All nations. That part. But know that God is God of all nations, of everyone. Now, the lands that the children of Israel are possessing or about to possess, they were doing detestable things. And God told them, don't imitate what they did. The land is vomiting those nations out, and He's allowing the children of Israel to possess it. But if the children of Israel, if they start doing those detestable things and rebel against God, serving other idols and serving idols and all that stuff, then the land's going to vomit them out too. And that's what He does. That's what happens. That is why there are nations, but children of Israel is going to happen to them too, because they're going to start practicing those other things too. God is God of everyone. I love the fact that He pointed that out, that He gave lands to other nations as well. So He is everybody's God, not just the Hebrews and the Jews, what you call them, Israelites. Yeah, but there are some points here, guys, that I know that I missed. So if you can please share, place them in the comments here, that'd be awesome. Points in the Bible, day number 58, Deuteronomy chapters 1 and chapter 2. You have a God-filled blessed day.